Getting into the game, it's actually going to be a 4v5 right now because one of 5 summoners didn't show up. So one person in 5 summoners didn't show up. Their sub never showed up either. And then they had a second sub in mind, but he was in a game and he couldn't get on in time to do this. So we're in now. We're seeing pretty basic bans coming out. The Vayne, I'm kind of surprised by. She's not a big pick these days, but a ban is a ban. Can't do much about it. We're going to see the Kassadin ban. Kassadin is really big pick right now. He can do a lot really easily for a team. And he just has so much roaming potential. It's kind of ridiculous. And the Jarvan ban with the Annie ban coming out of, I believe it is Vigilante on left side playing blue team this game. Jarvan 4. Annie is such a strong pick. She's one of the top god tier supports right now. It's not a surprise ban at all. Jarvan 4, a little bit more surprised. We haven't seen a lot of him in the preseason at all, really.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, we have the Shyvana ban that's coming out and the Dr. Mundo. Those are pretty straightforward.
So no really tanky top laners this time.
Yeah, no really tanky top laners. Although we do see a first pick Leona for Vigilante Gaming, and then 5 summoners are hovering over the Renekton, and that's kind of the last tanky top laner that's left that's normally played. Renekton, he's basically played if you can't pick up Mundo or Shyvana, just because Riven is never really played in the top lane anymore. She's more of a mid laner these days for most people, just because she can destroy the mid lane so easily. And it looks like they're going to actually end up going with that Renekton with a Kayle also being picked up for Z-Bone. They have to remember, though, they're in a 4v5. They have to pick champions that can win a 4v5. So it looks like they're taking all their time. They're making sure with their team that that's what they want. This, I don't know how this game is going to go. I'm giving my vote to Vigilante just because it's a 4v5. So Vigilante have the upper hand with the extra man. But if 5 summoners can pull out a victory, that would be incredible for them to move on. Oh, the Tryndamere was basically insta-locked right there. That's a pretty big thing. A Tryndamere, he can split push, and when it's a 4v5, that's easy to do. Also with the Volibear, it looks like he'll be a jungle Volibear. And 5 summoners, they're hovering over that Mordekaiser. They were kind of talking about it in the lobby. Everyone was joking about Mordekaiser being #1. They locked in the Kha'Zix, though. It's going to be a Kha'Zix jungle, I'm going to guess. And we might be seeing, I think it's going to be a Mordekaiser in a 2v1 bot lane. That's a pretty safe lane, actually. He doesn't die very easily. And Muffin Man, he's going to lock in with the Malzahar. Malzahar, he's such a good pick. His ultimate, that's 2.5 seconds where you can't do anything against him. In a 4v5, you don't want to have that happen to you. And the Caitlyn, that's going to hurt because with a Caitlyn, you're able to poke someone under a tower so much that in a 2v1, that gives them a big advantage. It's going to really depend on how Mojo Magic can play his Mordekaiser, and if he's going to get if he's going to get a lot of ganks and a lot of focus with Kazinga there. But of course, they're going with the jungler and not a 2-1-2 because they need that smite. They need to have some kind of control. Yeah, that's a big thing too. You have to think about that. With that, they're looking for a 4v5 team. I'm kind of shocked actually that we didn't see something like an Aatrox come out, or even an Anivia, someone with like a second life, maybe even like a Zillion mid. But I like the Kayle. It's a good pick. You can deal so much damage with the Kayle. You can basically burst down anyone, and then your ult, a Kayle ulti is gonna help a lot. Even if we had a Yorick, say, and have Kayle live an extra like 10 seconds after her death, that would be really strong for the team, and that would make it basically into a 5v5. We're gonna enter the 3-minute delay now, but I don't know. I'm still gonna give it to Vigilante just because they have the extra man, But they went for kind of a tower divey team. Like, they have the Volibear, they have a Leona. Those are all-in champions, basically. Tryndamere, he can't attack you from afar. Everything is auto-attacks for him, basically, aside from his slow. And you're doing that against a team who they're able to stay under tower for a decent amount of time. They have a Renekton, the Kale for the wave clear, the Mordekaiser for the wave clear. If someone dives and they die under tower, say even a Tryndamere or the Caitlyn, and they die to it with a Mordekaiser ult on them, that could change the game right there, and that could let 5 Summoners win this game with only 4 Summoners.
And they definitely have the potential to do that with something like Mordekaiser ult into like Kha'Zix Burst on someone.
Yeah, and even on top of that, they have the tankiness from Renekton. As long as he goes 100% tank and doesn't build anything, like sometimes you'll see a Renekton pick up like an early Brutalize or something. As long as he doesn't do that and he can go full tank unless he's really getting ahead and dominating his lane, he's going to be a big tank. And if they can shut down Volibear to make sure that he isn't a big tank, then that's going to be a big thing for them in winning this game.
I also definitely like the Kale pick for the 2v1 lane because she does have that range and she does have the sustain to kind of like handle it for a little bit longer than most.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to go into the 2v1 lane. It could be the Kale, it could be the Renekton. I'm not sure if Mordekaiser would do it. He'd be okay at it because he could just stay under tower the entire time and they would be confident to dive him all the time once he hits 6. And they would be a little bit cocky about it because it's a 2v1. But I'm not sure just because Renekton, he needs the early game, so I don't think he'll be in the 2v1 just because he needs his CS and he needs to get up
same
his
with Mordekaiser.
Yeah, and same thing with Mordekaiser. Kale, she's able to use that E to hit everything around her.
And same with the ult, like even without like much farm, it's still like the ult is just the exact same since it doesn't have any scaling.
Yeah, exactly. And then she's useful no matter what you do because she automatically is giving you that ulti that can help out your team so much.
And the slow and the heal speed up.
Yeah,
there's a lot of utility.
There's so much potential in a Kale that doesn't need farm that putting her in a 2v1 lane wouldn't be a bad idea. It would probably be their best option right now just because Hudrat has to farm up his Renekton. A Renekton that doesn't get farm and is shut down early is basically a Renekton that's useless for the entire game.
The big issue that they're going to have is, again, like you said, that Tryndamere split push. Like, and it's not even going to give them an advantage in the team fights because it's still going to be 4v4.
Yeah, that's what's going to be really good for them, though. As long as they can get a Mordekaiser ult on to, say, the Caitlyn in that 4v4 and then burst her down with the Kha'Zix.
And the Kale ult to like make sure Kha'Zix doesn't die like the moment he jumps in.
Yeah, exactly. With that, they're able to turn a fight and make it a 5v3. And then you just have Tryndamere split pushing, but then all of them, they can burst down towers with the Caitlyn range as long as Caitlyn is able to CS a bit. Like, if they let Caitlyn farm and then they just let her, like, stall out the wave while Kale does golems continuously, it'll keep Kale behind, yeah, but she's expecting to be behind if she's going in the 2v1 lane.
So, yeah, we're going to have to see how they handle that. The game's about to get started loading in, so we'll get to see how they exactly want to line up these teams. Because they might send the Mordekaiser in the 2v1 just because of his, like... Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they send everybody.
Yeah, and then on top of all of that, what do you think is going to be picked up for first item-wise? Because first items have always been a big thing, but you have to play it so carefully, and you might be looking to pick up a couple of extra wards when you're in a 4v5.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I'm going to guess a lot of Doran's items to try and like give them that little bit of like tanky durability early.
Yeah, I'm going to guess a lot of Doran shields are going to be coming out, especially for the Mordekaiser, the Kale, and the Renekton. The Kale, I'm probably seeing... I'm going to guess that it's going to be a Kale mid, unless she's going into 2v1 and they're sending Mordekaiser mid.
I'm definitely going to guess Renekton is not going to go into the 2v1. They still might send him there.
Yeah,
but I doubt it.
I just don't see that being a good idea, though, because then your Renekton is getting behind, and Renekton already has a hard time scaling the late game unless you're super far ahead where the enemy team is just so denied that it's like as if it
depends on if they think the Kale potential, like if they get Kale fed more than like sending her into the...
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. You have to think about that. They want to get Kale fed, and that's really hard to do in the 2v1 lane unless you're getting dived early.
But then also the big issue that they're going to have is like if they want to do that Mordekaiser ult, Kha'Zix go and blow someone up, make it a 5v4 for them rather than against them. They still have to deal with that Malzahar massive ult channel, massive CC duration that they can just kind of like make sure that they can reset themselves pretty well.
And then on top of that, if Malzahar can land a large silence, that's preventing the Mordekaiser ult, the Kale ult, the Kha'Zix jump, even Renekton from popping his ult to get in. that Malzahar, him landing all of his abilities is going to be a key point for them. It's not going to be as key as it would normally be, but it's going to be a big thing because with this team, 5 summoners, they are able to win this game.
Yeah,
with
if they can get
picked.
the team fight snowballing, they're gonna just like completely stomp through that fight.
Okay, guys, we're getting into the game now, and like you said, we're seeing a lot of Dorans. We actually see Mordekaiser picking up boots, so it looks like he's going for a couple of extra pots.
That might mean he's going to the 2v1 lane because he needs like that more potions for more sustain.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the pickup, but the Doran shield is just so strong right now. It blocking the auto attack damage that could help a lot against the Caitlyn. On top of that, you also have the extra 100 health and the
health regen.
Yeah, the health regen you get from it. Leona going with the relic shield. We don't see it that often. We've been seeing a little bit though. But I guess I could see it helping with the assassination potential that 5 summoners have. It could be helpful when it's fully upgraded to that face of the mountain and has the shield proc.
Ooh, 5 summoners. Wait.
5 summoners.
Looks like they might go in.
They might be looking for some early aggression. If Sham Savior on his Tryndamere ease into that bush and he ease over the wall thinking, oh, I'll get to my lane, that's going to be first blood. There's nothing he's going to be able to do about that. It's actually going to look like Muffin Man. He went pretty far into the defense tree because his health pot turned into a biscuit of rejuvenation.
Minions have spawned.
So he went pretty far into that defense tree, which is interesting because most people don't do that just because it takes out a lot of potential that you would normally need from things. Just because an offensive Malzahar is scary. Like, a defensive Malzahar is already scary with that ult, but it just gets worse. 5 summoners are looking to go in.
If Tryndamere had stayed at that blue, that could have been horrible. Ooh, he still might go into double check the blue. Now it looks like he's going to be safe going back up top.
Yeah, and 5 summoners are just picking up. They're just trying to set them back a little bit. They don't want that volley bear getting big.
No one has teleport, so they're not going to get bot lane anytime soon. Those quick heals going back, that should mean that she's going to... Oh, she gets stopped by the little golem. Looks... That's going to delay her a little bit. It does look like she's going to be the one going into that bot lane, though.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for that safe lane right there.
Tryndamere does get a little bit of an XP advantage on Renekton, and that means he will hit level 2. He might go for an all-in level 2.
I don't know how good of an idea that is, though. Like, Renekton, even if he started with his Q, that's a big heal. Even if he started with Slice and Dice, he can just get away. I don't know if getting there, and Tryndamere, he doesn't look like he's going to do it. Hudrat, he gets that level.
Looks like he's just going to want to farm up for that late game split pusher.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Mordekaiser does. If he can do really good and he can land the right ults at the right time, that's going to be awesome for him, and it's going to get him...
Volibear looking to go in for their blue. No. Did they see that they went into their blue? I didn't realize.
No, they had no vision, so they don't know. They're just kind of assuming at this point.
Ooh.
And it looks like they're actually going to have Simply Azuma go there. Volibear, he just might...
So this is an invade with no vision. They didn't know that their blue was gone.
They had no idea. They were just hoping at that point. And it looks like they're going to pick it up. Hudrat taking a bit of damage.
That was a big risk. If Kazakhstan started his blue and then went to their red, then this would have set him really far behind.
Yeah, that would have been...
The big fight does turn out very well for them.
Yeah, that's turning out really well for them. I feel like Volibear, he's just looking to be a pain right now.
He's looking. He might try to set up mid lane.
Yeah, there's no wards. Mordekaiser has no idea that he's there.
There's no mobility.
Showing himself now.
A little bit late.
Those boots coming in.
He didn't. Volibear wasn't level 3 there, so he didn't even have his Q to go in. He had like nothing.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to tell him, hey, we have 5 people on our team. You only have 4.
If he had had his Q there, that might have been a different gang.
Kayle is holding up pretty well in bot lane. She's actually ahead of CS compared to Caitlyn, even if Leona didn't have that 3 CS, but she has the Relic Shield, so it's evening out the
Still
gold.
gives her the gold.
Yeah, but Kayle, she's...
Ooh,
C-Bone is doing
that could have been horrible if Leona had landed that E. It might have been a lot of aggression. Top lane, Tryndamere is slightly outstanding Renekton, but it's not the biggest advantage in the world.
As long
He's
as
still winning.
they can do something pre-6 for Tryndamere, they should be able to shut him down pretty early and try to get that Renekton rolling to an early game lead that he's so prone to doing. But if they don't, I feel like it's going to...
gang coming in bottom. Huh?
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to go the Volibear. The flip hits, and we're just going to get the flash out of kill, and he's going to get out. That's fine by him.
Kayle probably trying to hopefully hold her flash, thinking it might have just been Leona. Had she flashed early, she might have been able to save that potion and saved a little bit of her HP.
Yeah, but Kayle is doing a really good job.
Oh, Kha'Zix coming in top lane.
They're going to go in for the Tryndamere. There, the Q is coming down. There's the
He does not have flash. He doesn't have much mobility other than this.
There's the flash coming out. The double flash. They're
that...
get him. Sham Savior getting away with this Tryndamere.
Two flashes for nothing. They did get his ghost, but they burned that like the moment that the gank started.
Yeah, he got away with 150 HP, so he had a decent amount of HP left, but it wasn't enough. They unfortunately burned 2 flashes for that. I don't think that was really worth it for them, but it was in a way because it's giving.
It was a good attempt.
It's giving Hugh
Had they gotten
time
it, would have been
farm.
nice to get Renekton snowballing over Tryndamere.
Yeah, it's giving their Renekton to farm a little bit though, and to get some CS over Renekton or over Tryndamere for now. So it gives him time to get a little bit ahead, even if it's only by a couple. But then
mid lane, Volibear going in. Not much gonna happen with that. Mordekaiser was pretty far back to begin with.
Yeah, I feel like Nightcastle, he's just running around at this point. He doesn't really know where to go because all of his lanes are doing okay.
He's actually even being outfarmed by Kha'Zix, even though Kha'Zix has been a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah,
better ganks off.
Volibear, he doesn't have the best clear really. Even if you max that minion taunt, it doesn't deal like enough damage to out-damage a Kha'Zix in the jungle. So it should be really interesting. But the thing I feel like we're going to have to really look out for is that 5 summoners only have 1 tank. Whereas, in a way, if Leona goes really tanky like she normally does...
Yeah.
Vigilante
and then Malzahar will also probably get a little bit tanky. Malzahar getting a lot blown on him.
Malzahar could go down
Looks like he's going to survive this, though.
Yeah, he's going to get away.
He's going to get low.
50 HP, 37, 28 HP before the ultimate ticks off. Super close. And Mordekaiser looking to farm a little bit still. Looks like we could actually have someone going in on bot. Maybe not, though. Just getting off a couple of auto attacks. And Caitlyn is pulling ahead in CS now. So it looks like she stopped pushing her lane and she stopped letting kill farm because Z-Bone was doing such a good job at farming under tower.
Yeah, let's see how this goes. This top lane matchup is still definitely going to be an interesting one going into the mid to late game.
It's gonna have to do a lot with Hudrat baiting out the Tryndamere ult, getting away, and then fighting him before it's back up again, because I don't think he's able to kill him with that ulti still up. Unless he bursts it down.
We're expecting Tryndamere to be split pushing like going into the mid to late game. How do you think they're going to handle it? Do you think they're just going to keep the next in top lane and be like, okay, we're going to have to fight 4v3?
I feel like their best option is going to be, okay, you want to push top lane, we're going to push mid lane. They're going to go into a 4v5 fight. They're going to try to get
4v4 because they don't have another teammate.
4v4. They're going to hope
so that's going to be even harder to win.
They're going to hope to get everything off onto Caitlyn and get that Mordekaiser ult on her so that they have the shadow. And then they're just going to auto attack every tower that they possibly can, getting Renekton to tank up towers so that they can kill them.
Top lane, a little bit of aggression coming out. Not much going to come off of this. Just a couple auto attacks. Trading
auto attacks with each other. It doesn't look like they're going to be doing much, though. I don't think either of them really.
Both of them have a lot of sustain in their queue.
Renekton definitely out-sustaining Tryndamere, but Tryndamere, he has a Vampiric Scepter, so all of his auto attacks are healing him too now.
Renekton actually managing to out-CS him, too. So that's good.
Yeah, Renekton, he's playing really well. He's looking, he just wants to make sure that Tryndamere can't snowball the game super hard. And Tryndamere actually getting a really low Sham Savior. Getting up to about half HP, healing up with that Q. It heals a decent amount.
Kha'Zix is now level 6, who does have his evolved Q if he wants to go in for another gank. He does have a lot more damage output now.
Yeah, and they're going to need that damage output early. They really need to find someone that they're able to blow up early to get the lead. It's good to see that no one has really gone down yet. And even in the 4v5, I feel like Vigilante, they could have pushed a lot harder and gotten early towers. Maybe
Blue team is spending a lot more money on pink wards. They have 3 down on the map currently.
Yeah,
a lot of map vision.
I guess it's when they're fighting Kha'Zix, they want to be able to chase him. Maybe they're just looking to make sure that 5 5 summoners don't have any vision. And it looks like top lane, we're actually going to have Sham Savior going in a little bit on Renekton, not doing much though. He has so much sustain already.
Yeah, both of them are just gonna CS for a while, trade a couple auto attacks, but just mainly just sustain back up to full. Or close to it.
Yeah.
Actually taking a big crit there.
Yeah, the thing with Trinimir's Q is that the crit is... It's not that high of a chance until you actually build crit chance, because it's coming in bot lane, lands a W onto Leona, but there's not going to be much there. Volibear in the area. I don't think...
If he gets a little bit more poke on Renekton, he might look for a dive coming up.
He could, yeah, and it looks like Kha'Zix is actually going to stay down in bot. He wants to help out Z-Bone. They could be going for a dragon right now.
And Kayle hitting a trap. That will stop them from thinking about dragon. Don't want to give that vision up and let them know that you're doing it.
Yeah, well, with all the pink wards that they have, the pink wards, they can last a long time. They can clear out vision from 5 summoners. It can just be...
And they put all these pink wards down very early. These are lasting. Oh, they're getting much more than their gold cost out of the vision that they're granting.
Yeah, it's making sure that 5 summoners can't have any wards, so they can basically free roam as much as they want. And right now, they don't really have money to spend on wards. They're playing it safe. They're doing a good job at that. They all have pretty safe laners that they're playing. And they're just trying to make sure, like, hey, I don't want to leave my lane. I'm fine if you put pink wards down. I'm not going to be using them anytime soon.
Also, with that, like, vision advantage and knowing Kha'Zix has been bottom so long, Trinimir's just being able to, like, completely overextend top lane with no worries.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to do that. The Leona ult completely missing everything. Z-Bone walking away with about half HP. Gonna stay in lane because he's Kayle. He doesn't care that much.
They do have 3 people coming in for the counter dive if they want to do it. Yeah, so if they go in for this dive, it will turn around very quickly.
Kha'Zix going in.
Kha'Zix going in.
He is in. He lands a W actually, but Leona simply
Kha'Zix taking Kha'Zix taking 2/3 of his health immediately.
There's the slowdown. The ult goes on to Caitlyn, so they are looking to kill her. She's about a quarter HP, 300 health left. I don't think Mordekaiser is going to be able to do it.
Mobra's now here. That was interesting. Kha'Zix got chunked down really... Oh, Kha'Zix may be dying. No, Mobra's not going to queue in for that. Gonna play it a little bit more passively. Yeah, that was interesting how Kha'Zix just immediately got... Like, he didn't land his jump or any of his passive auto attack, his Q on Caitlyn, so he immediately got
Looks
chunked.
Like they're going in on the Kayle. She's getting a lot of damage down.
Kha'Zix not much health to go back in with. Kayle using her ulti to get out.
Yeah, they're dealing a lot of damage, but they're not getting anything done. They have extra people. They're always in an advantage in fights almost, and they're not able to do anything. 5 summoners doing a very good job at that. They're keeping up the game. They're making sure that they're
still just kind of abusing Renekton. Not much happening. Renekton's still keeping up a minor farm advantage.
Yeah, Renekton, he's playing a really good game. He's making sure that he's not letting Trinimir get super far ahead of him. And building tanky early is going to be really good against...
They might go for a 3-man dive bottom. They know Kayle doesn't have her ulti.
Yeah, Kayle ult's still down for a decent amount of time. She's gonna actually
will go back after taking that piece.
Even Kha'Zix's getting pretty low, and Mordekaiser, we tried coming down, but there was
if they wanted to, they could probably just show and take this turret right now, since nobody's there and they have 3 people.
Yeah, they could. They knew that Kha'Zix was low. They knew that Kayle was recalling.
Unfortunately, they don't know their back, so they're not shoving nearly as hard as they would need to if they wanted to go for that. They might rotate towards Dragon. No, not this time.
No, Volibear just going over to take his red buff, and it looks like Huge actually got a level lead on to Sham Savior, so he's getting ahead in that lane. He's picking up the pace as this Renekton, and he's doing a very good job as it.
Both teams are playing a very passive farm-heavy game.
I don't know if that's...
is really hoping that they can just like stall it out towards that like mid-game team fight where they have all their like bruiser, brawler, assassins, and just like snowball that part. Whereas Vigilante Gaming hoping to get that Trinimir split push going late game and just win off of that. Force 5 summoners to spawn.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually the right choice though. Vigilante, they could be ending the game soon enough. They could push.
Yeah, they probably could have forced a dragon fight with like these at these low levels.
Yeah, they're actually going to go in on the Trinimir. Lots coming out. There's actually, I think that was an exhaust. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Trinimir pops his ultimate actually, so his ult is down. That's going to be a big thing for top lane.
Unfortunately, Renekton pops his too, and it does not look like Renekton's going to go back. He's going to farm this out. So
Yeah,
if Tryndamere gets back to lane quick enough, this might be a bad spot for Renekton to be in, having not gone back. But it does look like he's just gonna shove this wave and then go back.
Yeah, that was a good plan for him though. It gets him a little bit of CS. He's 2 CS ahead of Tryndamere. Not a big deal, but it's enough.
Oh, he's not even gonna go back.
No, it looks like he might actually push that. Won't
This
necessarily
might put him in a bad spot because Tryndamere will be there to push down on his tower, and he won't have the health or items that Tryndamere just got to go back and pick up.
Yeah, and the big thing with that is that Tryndamere picked up a Zeal and Berserker Great, so he has a lot of attack speed now and extra crit chance, not including his Q also, and that could really...
You can definitely tell the increased attack speed. This could go poorly for Renekton if he keeps going this far in. Wasting his E aggressively, this could be bad. He has no mobility. He did flash during that gank, so this is bad. Unfortunately, he is tanky enough to just saunter away.
Yeah, he's just gonna walk away from that pretty easily. Kha'Zix's taking his own blue buff, and Kale's still keeping up the pace. She's only 4 CS behind Caitlyn, if you're not including the Leona, what her CS is at. But Z-Bone doing a really good job in that lane. Zenith Blade missing, nothing gonna happen there, and it looks like Mordekaiser maybe looking to get aggressive onto Malzahar. Dealing
Malzahar does take the turret.
He's at about half HP though, lots of damage.
Malzahar still does have his ult. Ooh, wow, lots of burst damage coming out. That might kill him.
So much damage.
That looks like it'll kill him.
There's the ultimate.
Yeah,
one more tick, it goes down.
That's
and
first blood.
First blood going to Mordekaiser.
We're hoping to cover mid lane.
What a great thing there. He only has auto attacks from Malzahar right now, but it got him a little bit of extra gold. He should be decently ahead of him.
Mordekaiser throwing that W onto Malzahar, making him do a little bit of AoE damage to minions and Volibear.
Yeah, he's
along with his auto attack.
He's just making him tank it up. Volibear, he's actually really low. If Mordekaiser had ult, he could probably kill the Volibear too. His passive, I don't think is up right now. I'm pretty sure he recently used it in the gank bot lane.
Volibear ulting to farm minions, that's a little bit of an interesting decision. I'm not quite sure that was the right call.
Yeah, Volibear ult is really big in team fights, and it looks like Tryndamere is actually going to go in on a huge ride again onto that Renekton.
He knows the slash is still down from that gank.
Yeah, huge ride staying at a bit over half HP. He has
both of them do still have their ults back up now, but only Tryndamere has his Ignite up though.
Yeah,
it's in a fight.
In Ignite against a Tryndamere is what can basically win you that fight. And it looks like we're actually going to see Muffin Man roaming up top. That's going to be really bad for Huge Rat if everything is landed here. That's going to be a big thing. It looks like
Muffin Man still does have his ult. He did not use it during that.
Yeah, there it is.
Fight mid lane.
There's the ult.
Now it looks like Huge Rat is going to die.
Huge Rat, he goes down, and
Guys,
it's actually
Malzahar. It looks like they're going to try pushing down the turret.
Yeah, Muffin Man picking up a kill. He's evening out those kills. Mordekaiser still one up though. He has a Deathfire graph, so Mordekaiser is really bursty right now.
Does come in bot. He is level 11, so he does have his evolved wings. So the reset potential is real.
Yeah, and there's actually no vision there. The only vision that he's getting, he did get spotted by minions.
He did get spotted by minions, yeah.
By minions, yeah, and that Caitlyn trap actually gives...
Mordekaiser is coming down, though. They might 3-man dive it.
They could be, but...
They do have the kill ult to ult Kha'Zix if he wants to jump in and try to burst on Caitlyn.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to keep pushing top lane while they're doing this.
Oh, they're going to look for a dragon.
Mid lane also being a little bit pushed. And they are going to go for dragon. There is no ward there, so they don't
this
actually...
This is the one place that... They have the entire river warded right up until dragon. There's like a gap in their vision for Vigilante Gaming.
Yeah, and for being one member down, they're keeping up in gold. They're not that far behind. Under 4k, they're about 3.7k off.
And that's including the passive gold that the Fifth is generating.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing a lot of stuff there.
Looking to go aggressive on Volibear.
Tryndamere getting to about under.
Kha'Zix using his ult to try and chase this down.
Volibear
still does have one ult charge. Will he use it?
Volibear just gonna get away. They see the Tryndamere though. They could go for the kill. Looks like he's just gonna
Tryndamere does just spin away. Will they choose to keep following this though? This probably wouldn't be too good an idea because they do still have the bot lane of Leona and Caitlyn pushing down the second turret.
Yeah, and that's one thing that they really
Gale does have to go back and respond to this.
With so
They're
many
definitely
people,
gonna get a bit of damage on this.
Yeah, with so many people though, they always have to worry about that. The split potential is so high unless they can force them all to come down. They have to keep looking out for that split push.
And even then, if they all do come down, it's still a 5v4 team fight, which is much harder to win.
Yeah, Mordekaiser, he's getting big though. He has a Deathfire Grasp. He has the Hextech Revolver. And he still has his level 1 boots, but he's doing good. I gotta give props to Mordekaiser. 1-0-0 on Mordekaiser. He has the most CS in the game. He has his Deathfire Graph to help him burst down whoever comes near him. He could carry this game.
Tryndamere and Renekton top lane still neck and neck in CS. Tryndamere slightly overtaking the CS advantage Renekton had earlier, but it's not by much. Minuscule amounts. Where Tryndamere is starting to outskill Renekton with that static shift completed. There's some aggression. Not much can come from it. And now with that Vamp Scepter, Tryndamere is actually able to like completely outsustain Renekton off of his Q in the Vamp Scepter lifesteal.
Yeah, and Volibear actually looks like he's gonna go down even with his passive up.
Mordekaiser!
Mordekaiser super low, the silence
just barely getting ticked off by that Q.
Yeah, the
well, they're going to
silence
survive.
Mordekaiser does hit. Volibear doesn't go down, actually. He got away with the passive. And
Vigilante Gaming is just going to rush it down mid lane.
Yeah, it looks like they're going down mid lane. The pings come out telling them that Kale and Kha'Zix are on their way, but Kha'Zix, he's a little bit low.
I don't think they'll be there in time to defend this. This tower's going down.
I don't think so. Maybe Kale. Kale can do a lot as one person. She can deal a lot of damage.
Yeah,
with that Gnasher's Tooth
Kha'Zix
completed. Kha'Zix, he gets really
Tryndamere had gone on Kha'Zix. That might have been an easy kill. You know, one auto attack with that static shift rock probably would have killed him.
Yeah, Kha'Zix going B with 200
Renekton
HP.
having tried to push down top lane, but unfortunately he does not get much.
Interesting fact from where they are, it's actually faster to walk back to base than it is to go B. Once you hit around where the ending of the stairs are, where the turret would start to hit you, it's faster to walk back B to your base to heal up than it is to actually press B and recall. But especially with that Kha'Zix jump, he probably could have jumped there, gotten there faster, and saved himself a little bit of time, but I don't think it's much time that he's going to really worry about. Even now, we're just seeing, like I said, the Tryndamere top lane. It looks like they are going to send Renekton after him, only 8 CS behind. Pink Ward finally going down. They're starting to clear them out. And it looks like they're actually going to go for mid.
Malzahar also does choose to go with a more tanky build rather than like a pure squishy glass cannon build with a lot of Aegis and a lot of allies. So definitely being a big tank for his team and still doing a lot of damage with that massive CC.
Yeah, I think they're expecting them to try to burst down the Malzahar and not the Caitlyn. I think they're expecting them to focus down that Malzahar, and Tryndamere actually getting pretty low along with Huge Rat. They're even trading almost, but
unfortunately, Tryndamere will be able to outsustain with that Vamp Scepter.
Yeah, Renekton.
Whereas Renekton has to pop a lot more pots to get back to the same HP.
Yeah, Renekton, he wasn't able.
Ooh, things happening mid lane. It looks like they're gonna try going for this turret in the 3v5. Does look like they're gonna choose the Renekton to stop this Tryndamere split push and then just go for the 3v5. They're gonna look to turn into a 4v3 for them by blowing up someone with Kha'Zix and Mordekaiser ult. I'm gonna guess they're gonna go on the Caitlyn just because of how tanky the Malzahar is now.
Yeah, the Caitlyn would definitely be the better option. She deals a lot of damage. She has the Vamp Sector, the Berserker Greaves, and the Infinity Edge. That's going to be a lot of damage if they can burst that down and then start making her focus people. They're actually going to split up. They're going to say, okay, we just want to go farm out our lanes and everything, make sure that nothing gets pushed again. And ping's coming down for near Dragon area. It looks like they could just be wanting to bait it out a little bit.
They might go looking for that blue buff.
Yeah,
if Mordekaiser starts this blue buff, he might get caught by 4.
There is a ward on it. In Vigilante, they don't have the timer on that dragon. They have no idea when
they
it's
didn't
up.
know the dragon was done until just there. They thought it was still up.
No, they're actually...
So they have no idea when it respawns.
Yeah, they're looking around. They're looking to get the blue buff. They might actually go for it, but it looks like they're going to get the smite.
Might try smiting it away.
He doesn't get it, actually. No smite from Kha'Zix. It was up, though.
Caitlyn trap stopping him from being the front one who's able to jump in. This does look... Dragon is about to spawn in 30 seconds, so if a teamfight does happen, the winner will probably get Dragon off of it. Unfortunately, both teams do look like they're backing away. No teamfight today.
Yeah, we're actually going to have Sham Savior. He's just invading that jungle, taking complete control of it, taking away the race from Kazinga, making sure that he's not able to farm up much.
Volibear, again, ulting just to farm minions. I feel like he's popping it a little bit preemptively.
Yeah, Sham Savior
not gonna have that.
He's down to about half HP.
He's going in, but his ult's going to run out as he goes in. There it goes.
Yeah, Volibear, that passive
Midnight, which does stop most of his passive healing.
Yeah, that passive for Volibear being down, though, that's a big thing.
Dragon did just spawn, because both teams did see it, they do both know that it is up now.
I don't think that Vigilante are actually noticing, though. I don't think, since they didn't know
Yeah, it looks like they're going back.
yeah, since they didn't know the actual timer on it, I don't think they're noticing. And it's either that or they just don't care.
And that's gonna give it over to 5 summoners.
Yeah, they're looking. They're gonna want to be a little bit careful. I think. They don't know where Vigilante is, but it looks like they're just gonna try to burst it down as fast as they can. Keep caught up a little bit.
Vigilante know wards that actually like have vision of Dragon itself. They have one that's close enough that they probably see them backing away and they have a rough timer on it, but again, they're just handing dragons over.
Yeah,
Now they're gonna get a lot of damage on the spot turret too.
Yeah, lots of ping from Vigilante on that bot turret, but Trinimir, he's still in top. He's
gonna be able to get it in time.
He's looking to push that down. They could, though. They could just dive. They have the kill ult up, and they're gonna get a tower. We actually have
Halo could just blow up Caitlyn really quickly.
yeah, Shamsaver getting that top tower, and Renekton, he's trying to go in on it, but there's not much.
They don't have Mordekaiser's there.
The Leon ult's barely hitting, but the heals are saving Kha'Zix, and there's so much damage going down onto everyone. The Volibear flip hitting Mordekaiser.
Kha'Zix walking back in, taking a lot of damage to the
Kha'Zix
chin,
actually
blowing up.
damage. There's the Kale ultimate
Halo
coming down.
saving Mordekaiser's from a lot of future burst damage, but it's not going to change the outcome of the fight.
Mordekaiser, he wasn't able to get there quick enough. Their Kale is actually so low. One more auto attack, not much to do.
In the
heal and the yeah, the Malzahar, his DPS is so ridiculous. He barely got it. The Kale, she tried so hard. Z-Bone, he healed himself. He flashed that he couldn't get auto attacked anymore. And it looks like they're actually getting super hard here. Trinimir getting so low. Trinimir down to 188 HP. His ult is down. And
Renekton's ult is down also.
Renekton is winning fights against Trinimir.
Really brutalizer after Sunfire Cape though.
Yeah, so Renekton, he's winning fights against Trinimir. That's a good thing. He knows that he can fight him now. There's not much that Trinimir is able to do. I guess
however, unfortunately, Trinimir does have 3,000 gold in the bank waiting to go back and spend.
Yeah, we have to.
So once he pops that, that's going to be a huge power spike.
Yeah, that's going to be
not sure he's going to be able to win those fights anymore after that happens.
That's going to be mostly completing Blade of the Ruined King right there.
And again, just because of his vamp scepter and his Q, he just fully sustains back from top lane after doing a little bit of fighting against minions.
Yeah, he's just healing up so much, and then we actually have 5 summoners. They're kind of running around. They're not so sure what they can do. They can't do much as 4 people. They seem to be really afraid from 4v4 fights, just because I feel like
taking out one of those pink wards that they put down a long time ago. That pink ward got much more than they intended it to.
Yeah, I don't feel like 5 summoners are confident with their team fight. They weren't able to ult Caitlyn earlier. They got her, but she didn't die. She was still at around half HP when the Mordekaiser ult finished. So I feel like they have to focus more on making sure that they blow her up right away, get the ulti on
Kha'Zix. And with that fight, Kha'Zix took a lot of damage coming in, and then he looked like he wanted to jump once he saw Mordekaiser going on Caitlyn, but unfortunately Malzahar just queued and popped him real quick early in the fight.
Yeah, what they're going to do, they're going to have to make sure that that intervention goes right onto Kha'Zix as he
jumps in. Yeah.
Let him have that couple seconds of being good to blow up Caitlyn and make sure that they get the Caitlyn on their side. With that, then that would either make Muffin Man focus Caitlyn.
Volibear, again, popping his ult a little bit preemptively. He keeps consistently popping his ult like before the fight actually starts.
Yeah.
He actually ghosted away from that too. So now they don't have Volibear ult or ghost for this next fight if they want to start a fight.
Yeah, they're gonna send Huge Red back up top. They're just letting them push out mid for now. They have Kha'Zix sitting at the tower. He has a decent amount of waves
farming bottom. If they wanted to, this would be a 3v3 with Volibear gone and Trinimir top lane. Or a 4v3 if they want to pull Renekton down, which they are.
They might actually look for it. Lots of damage going down.
Muffin Man looking like he's gonna get burst on.
So much damage, and Knight is down. He goes down to Kha'Zix, and they
actually... Kha'Zix, he has the reset potential.
Yeah,
the Mordekaiser is actually on Iona. They probably want to burst her then to make sure they at least get the ghost for the tank.
Yeah,
unfortunately, they don't do it quick enough. They do not get the ghost.
It was so close, and it looks like they are just going to look to push this down. They're doing so good at keeping this
It is now a 3v4. They definitely could win this. Not quite sure they can dive it, though, without as many ults as they just burned.
Maybe don't with all their ults.
Oh, they're getting bursted on.
Oh, though. The Kaelin is going to go down, actually. Trinimir in the middle. His ult is not even... His ult was up.
He's not getting the turrets shooting him. They just completely stomped that fight. That was really strong.
Intervention actually saved Renekton there. He kept it on right away. They got it popped on him. And Trinimir never used his Undying Rage. He could have stayed in that fight. He could have gotten away potentially, but he just decided it's not worth it. I'm gonna.
He didn't use his Ignite either. They're gonna get 2 turrets off of this.
Yeah, they're getting 2 turrets. Leona coming back in. they're going to back away, possibly pick up that blue buff. Dragon is up in 120, so they're going to look to take more control of that, pick up another dragon. They're only down by 4.5k now.
And again, like, the Volibear, he consistently is, like, using his ulti. I feel like he needs to save his ulti for the actual fight. Because, again, that fight, like, he started bot lane, so it was initially a 3v5 when they initiated. And when he came back up to try and defend the turret, he didn't have his ulti to help defend the turret and, like, AoE them down. Really costing his team a lot, popping that quite as early as he is. Hopefully...
Yeah, it may not be a ton of magic damage, but it's enough to help out your team really. You don't want to use that for wave clear. It's not as useful as it would be when your team is getting dived like that, especially when it could potentially be what's throwing the game right now.
It is even level 2. It's a skill off of AP no AD ratio, so it is only 115 damage. But if that bounces to everyone on the enemy team, that's over 500 damage every auto attack.
Yeah, and that's to everybody.
Which means that literally punching their frontline tank means that he's doing 115 damage to their AD in the back. Yeah. Looks like they are going to get onto Enacted.
It looks like he's going to get caught out though. Trying to juke around. Ignite is on him and he's going to go down to the Volibear.
Does bite him. Does not survive.
It looks like Volibear, he doesn't want to leave kills for Sham Savior.
Again, he popped his ulti. I feel like they could have done that without popping his ulti again.
Yeah, I don't know how.
That wasn't the worst use. At least it wasn't on minions this time, and he actually did get a lot of damage onto.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a 3v2 in there.
Looks like Volibear just popping.
Damage. Seabone saving himself to flash away from Trinimir, and Sham Savior is going to go down. It looks like Mordekaiser with a double kill. He's now 3-2. He has so much damage.
Their inhibitor is taking a lot of damage. They are going to have to respond to it. Again, even because it's a 4v5, even if they win a fight like that and they get a 2-for-1 exchange, they still can't push out for an objective because that only makes it a 3v3.
Yeah, but it looks like Mordekaiser, he's looking to go in, he's trying to get the slowdown on with the Rylai's, but he's just gonna... The slow from the Caliber Net from Caitlyn is gonna be too much for him. Looks like they are actually gonna be
Dragon
going
is
for
up
the Dragon. Yeah,
They're
Dragon...
gonna look for their 3rd Dragon in a row. Again, no words on it for Vigilante Gaming.
Yeah, Vigilante, they're leaving that Dragon open, they're not doing anything about it. They put the ward down at the last second. I think that was just a trinket ward, though. No,
that's
it wasn't a trinket ward, actually. That was actually from the Ruby Sight Zone, so it's going to last 3 minutes.
One in the Dragon Pit?
Yeah. That was not... Because it wasn't from Caitlyn. That was a ward from Leona, so it was from her Ruby Sight Zone. Because her trinket ward is just coming off of cooldown. It'll be off in a couple of seconds. So, and she's not actually using her Face of the Mountain. She has it, but she's not using the procs on it. She's letting everyone else farm. It looks like they're getting...
Definitely not good. Transitioning into mid and late game with that is still like really important. It gives you a good advantage in lane, but it can keep snowballing your team like if you keep using it. Again, still, 5 Summoner is still only like less than 3k behind.
Yeah, they're keeping up. They keep catching up. All those dragons that they're picking up is keeping them in the game. And
those dragons are really big for them.
Yeah, they're giving them so much gold. And
also,
there, Volibear looking to get caught out. He's gonna get caught out. There's so much damage down on him, and they have a huge tank. They have a huge tank on the team.
They can do better with that and literally not take any points of damage.
Yeah.
All walking over that Malzahar W, that's gonna do a little bit of AoE damage to them. Not gonna be that much. Ooh, they are not gonna go for the Baron. They're just gonna look for blood.
Flash coming out of Malzahar, and they don't have any towers up. They could fight. Mordekaiser
are getting a little bit of damage onto.
He's taking a bit of damage, but remember, they have that Volibear tank.
Are they going to go for Baron?
They could. I feel like
they finally spot that pink ward they have in that bush. That's been there since like the beginning of the game. That was a very long-lasting ward.
Yeah, the Mordekaiser ult actually is down now, so it is a 4v4, but they're just sitting. They're just sitting at Baron buff.
Are they going to start it?
Vigilante, they don't.
Oh, are they trying to bait it?
I think they're just baiting it. They don't have much vision. It looks like they were trying to do it, and actually Kha'Zix is going to jump in. Getting bursted pretty low, but there's the intervention. So much damage going down on him.
Coming out though, he's going to be able to wail on the front line.
Mordekaiser actually picking up a kill. Kha'Zix picking up a kill too. There goes the Malzahar, and only Caitlyn is left. Volibear is nowhere to be seen. Caitlyn goes down. It is now a 4v1 Volibear there, and he's being pinged by his team to go to mid, but that's not what 5 Summoners want. They just want Baron. They want that extra gold that they're getting. They're only 300 gold behind, and they're going to actually take the gold lead right now with this Baron.
And they're going to get the Baron buff. in its own right.
Yeah, the Baron buff, that's going to allow them to still push a little bit, because with all the regen that they'll be getting, they can maybe even wait, if they wait long enough.
And even though they have the gold lead now, that's even better because it's split amongst 4 people, so every one of them is at an even higher level than any individual one on Vigilante Gaming.
Yeah, 5 summoners, they're playing this so well. They must be, they should be so proud of themselves right now. They're playing so incredibly well. The secure, like all of the Baron, like the Baron that
the dragons that they've been getting is ridiculous.
Yeah, their dragons have been keeping them in this game so well, and then they've been picking up the kills when they need it. They haven't been overextending at all, really. Like, they've been, as a team, they've been doing so well making sure Volibear, he's been popping his ult at bad times, I feel. He's been...
Yeah, his use of his ghost and his ults are very subpar.
Yeah, and then even on top of that, his 2 kills were kills he could have given over to Trinimir, and that could have been much more useful on him than on the Volibear, especially if he's popping his ult early.
However, Vigilante Gaming still in terms of towers, pushed up very far. Top tier turrets, Vigilante Gaming still hasn't even lost their first one.
Yeah, Z-Bone able to 1v1 that Trinimir so easily, and actually there comes in the Cosmic.
He does come out his ult.
Intervention.
That kill will save him now.
The kill ult does save him. Yeah, Trinimir is down. That's now a 4v4 again.
And they have the Trinimir Ghost.
Yeah, they have a Trinimir Ghost. It looks like they are just going to go to push. They just want to try to get some stuff down, but it looks like some of them are...
They're going to have to go back to defend that, though. The split push plan. Volibear, again, having his ult up. He doesn't proc on turrets. What are you doing? What, that one? Bit of a wasted thing to push down those minions. It would not. It didn't.
Yeah, they're going to actually...
as much time.
They're going in. You have huge at right.
They're going to fight.
Kha'Zix, he's coming.
I feel like this fight is a very bad idea. Kha'Zix is going to blow on Caitlyn.
Oh my god, 1Q and Caitlyn is almost dead. The Leona ultimate hitting those.
That barrier completely saved her life. Without that barrier, she was done.
Yeah, Kha'Zix was looking at Chase,
he's
just going to take it down. And if you look bot lane, actually, they're pushing so hard. Kill and Mordekaiser taking down everything.
They could probably dive him.
They probably can. I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they're going. They're going to look to back off. No, they have another wave of minions. They might.
Kayle ult is actually back up. With intervention back,
the interventions this game have been amazing. They have changed so many fights.
Yeah, the Kayle Z-Bone has played an amazing Kayle.
The intervention, the save of his life when they're fighting Trinimir bot lane to start the snowball. The intervention, again, the big intervention at the Baron fight, that was huge. That saved Kha'Zix's life. Let him sit there, make sure he got the reset, let him jump all over the place, be the little bug that he is.
Yeah, and if you actually, they're still ahead in gold over 1k now.
They can force this 5v4 under their turret and probably win.
Yeah, with those kill ults, they've been so perfect.
And the Kha'Zix damage at this point is just... Caitlyn, without her barrier, there's almost no way she can survive.
Yeah, they're
unless Leona pops her face to the mountain on her.
Yeah,
and she needs to be really quick with that one because
she
will not be lasting long.
She gets bursted so quickly.
Especially if she gets isolated.
I feel like the best thing that they're able to do is either blow up Volibear for a tank.
Volibear does have his ult up. Hopefully he doesn't use it to farm this next minion wave. Hopefully he has it for the next team fight.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't be thinking very well if he's doing otherwise. It looks like
Volibear mid. They're about to force this fight bot lane.
Yeah, Kayle looking to go in,
but not reacting nearly as fast as he needs to. He needs to start running.
Malzahar with lots of movement speed with those sorcerer shoes, not looking to fight, just runs away.
No, 5 summoners, they do have an end down. That does mean their minions will be pushing up mid lane.
Yeah, they're gonna have to worry about that, but they're keeping a good job at keeping them at bay. They're using the Baron buff right now. They mainly wanted it for gold. They have the timer on Dragon though. It looks like they're gonna go for that again. Make their gold lead even bigger in this 4v5.
Again, they're picking up another dragon, completely uncontested. Again, these dragons have been completely crushing this game.
Yeah, they're gonna pick that up, and then they're just gonna go back, spend some of their money. They're all actually...
They have to push out these waves again.
They're all sitting on over 1k gold right now, including the Kayle, who has 2.5k gold in her...
And Kha'Zix has
right now.
2K.
And it looks like Vigilante, they didn't even notice that they had Baron buff.
Oh, wow.
They're still going in to check it. They want a timer on it, but it just went out. How did they not realize that? And it looks like Renekton actually...
Baron buff does only last for 4 minutes. And
extending a little bit. It looks like Renekton is actually going to go down now. I don't think there's much he can do. He's trying to get away, though. Everything going to go down.
And there, again, Volibear did pop his ulti. That was actually a very good use of his ulti.
He popped it...
He got a lot of damage off on them.
Yeah, he popped it well there, but now... It's a
He
4.
did Ghost there. I'm not quite sure that was worth it.
Yeah, I don't know. It is a 4v5, but you have to remember they still have that intervention, and that's been doing
They
so
still have
much
the
for them.
gold lead.
Yeah,
And Renekton, not exactly the biggest player on the... But he's big and he's a huge tank for them, but... If they
Yeah.
can blow up Caitlyn, that's not even gonna matter. He's not even gonna be important. If they can get a Ghost King.
Yeah, and even with that, they just have killed poking and doing so much damage. Look at Volibear.
Volibear getting chunked.
Almost-
Kha'Zix could probably just go in and one-shot him and get out.
Yeah, I feel like Kha'Zix could go and get so many kills right now, maybe even the triple kill, but they're just going to hold it back. They want to fire him up a little bit, make sure that these super minions don't attack their Nexus towers at all. Their inhibitor is up soon. Baron is up in 120. That's going to be big for them. If they can get that and extend their gold lead even more with another Baron buff, they can end the game on that.
I feel like if Vigilante Gaming doesn't force this Baron fight, because once it spawns, 5 Summoners is going to go for it. If they don't force the fight and play it right, they're probably not going to be able to come back. This is... Hopefully they can manage to get that going well.
Yeah, 5 Summoners, they've been doing such a good job at controlling the map right now. They don't have any wards down, but they're able to do whatever they want in this game. They're controlling objectives so perfectly that even if they're down in towers, they're still just destroying. They have what, 4 or 5 dragons now. They've had a Baron buff. Baron is back up in 30 seconds now. They're going to go for that again. They're going to look for the fight. The intervention is going to save Kha'Zix when he jumps right in. He's going to get to blow up the Caitlyn. Then they'll all there.
Caitlyn does now have her barrier backup though, so she does have that potential. The last time Kha'Zix tried to do it, barrier did just barely save her life. Not quite sure if it will do it this time. Kha'Zix didn't build much more damage since that point though, so it probably will save her life again though. He's gonna need someone else to do a little bit more.
The problem, I feel like the big mistake that Vigilante made was making Malzahar a tanky mid laner. That means that no matter who Mordekaiser ults, his ult is being useful. If they had gone a glass cannon Malzahar, if he ulted that, it would have been absolutely useless, dealing like 50 auto attack damage. But now, if he ults it, he gets a tank out of it.
Well, to be fair, Mordekaiser does gain 20% of the ability power that the Ghost had, so if he did do that, it would make Mordekaiser a bigger, like, massive damage to that, though, once he got that clone.
Yeah, and as we're seeing, they're looking
That's
here.
still amazing.
We actually have Tryndamere and Leona coming down. They could be caught out here. It could
Oh,
make
this could be bad.
It could make this like, so easy
Oh,
for
she
them.
wards that bush. That could have been a horrible.
The sweeping lens is actually down for Kha'Zix right now, so they're not going to be able to use that.
They don't have any pink wards on them either. None of them have upgraded their pink ward. I feel like I feel like 5 Summoners should upgrade to the Vision Trinket just so they have that, like, the potential to clear wards without needing Kha'Zix.
They're actually going to recall. This could be a free Baron.
Ooh, they
for
could get this
Vigilante right
Baron.
now.
Again, they're just like Vigilante Gaming, not exactly the strongest at like taking objectives. Dragon's coming up in 2 minutes now. That won't make too much of a difference, but I'm gonna guess 5 Summoners are gonna pick it up anyway. Vigilante Gaming, she's going for this Baron.
Z-Bone isn't there. That means there's
They
no
do see it
intervention.
though.
There's
They
no intervention.
They do have the
there
potential for the Kha'Zix to jump
in.
in and smite.
Yeah, I feel like that's
He's gonna go for the smite steal.
He doesn't get it. He gets blown up to the GA being popped. There's Renekton trying to do everything that he can. Mordekaiser comes in actually.
It's not the fight they wanted.
No, that could
They
be
didn't want to
game.
actually fight that. They wanted to just get in, get out.
Z-Bone,
Hopefully pick up the Baron buff. Renekton should not have followed Kha'Zix. They should have let Kha'Zix go in by himself, and if he got it, good. But if he didn't, just like abandon it and force the fight right now.
Z-Bone
They're gonna have
back
to let
up
this
and
inhibitor down.
defend.
They can't defend. Z-Bone can't defend this by himself.
He's just gonna have to back up. He's gonna have to defend
have
as
to-
much as he can, but he can't fight 1v4, 1v5, even with that intervention. It's just not possible. He just has to destroy minions as they come along. Gonna get jumped on. Oh, look at the damage
Oh, the
coming.
damage coming out is amazing.
There's the Undying Rage with kill. He's actually getting so.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Sham Savior. He actually gets taken down.
They're not gonna be able to end this. They might lose this off of the respawn fight that they're about to force. Renekton's about to come up in 8. Kha'Zix's about to come up in 8.
Yeah,
They're not gonna end the game off this.
He didn't actually use intervention, so it's still.
This might throw them the game if those two run in with the home guards and can pick up some kills.
Look at the damage coming out. Ignite onto Muffin Man. He's taking so long.
Muffin Man does look he's gonna make it out. Leona not gonna be nearly as lucky.
Yeah, Leona is going to go down. It's going to be a 4v3 for the next 30 seconds until Tryndamere is back up. 5 Summoners are going to look to push. That's all that they can do. They can't defend anymore. They have to push, they have to take an inhibitor, and they have to even out the game right now. They're down in gold a little bit, but the Dragon is live. The Dragon just came back up, and they have the timer on it. I don't think anyone from Vigilante went to go and check the Dragon pit yet. Yeah, and it looks like Kazinga, he is going to go and get that Dragon. He's going to solo it by himself. He's going to make sure that he's able to get it. Malzahar, he picks up a Rabadon's Death Cap.
And again, the Dragon control for 5 Summoners is just amazing. They have not given up a single one in the 4v5.
Yeah, that top lane tower finally going down. And they have 3 top, where they have 4 top now, actually. Leona, the only one not there. Mordekaiser and Renekton dealing so much damage, but being taken down at the same time. Double kill for Caitlyn. That's scary. Those are 60-second death timers.
It might be game ending.
Yeah, that could be a game right there.
Depends on how.
They actually have the Z-Bone. He's trying to split push, though. The Zenith Blade misses him.
Their Leona has been a little bit off with the Zenith Blades this game. Not quite sure she got in enough practice on Leona. She seems to be like not quite sure on the range and the width of it. She's throwing them a bit too short and a bit too off.
Yeah, and actually in the chat we have Trinamir he's telling them, this is a hell of a game, boys. You guys are good. He's telling them they're
being good,
so
being good sportsmanship.
Yeah,
not being a scumbag. Being very nice about this.
Yeah, look at the damage. The damage coming down on him.
He doesn't have his ult up. He should not have forced that. He didn't even was up.
Yeah, there was no reason he should have done that. That just made it so that they can't win the game anymore off of those 60-second death timers. Mordekaiser up now. Renekton up now also. They can probably win the game with no Trinamir. That's a lot of damage that they're losing.
I'm not quite sure they'll be able to get quite that. They're definitely not going to be able to lose the game yet, but I don't think they're going to be able to push for the game ending.
They can definitely push objectives. They're only behind by 300 gold. They're behind by 4 towers, but they're only 300 gold behind. And look, Vigilante...
And it's spread out amongst 4 people, so even though they're down in gold...
Everyone has
more, yeah.
Yeah, and look, Vigilante still not having vision on Dragon. They just put down a ward. Volibear, he queued in thinking they were going to go and take it.
Mordekaiser overextends too far. If they get caught out, if any one person from 5 summoners gets caught out, that's basically game over.
Kill is even safer now. I believe the Kha'Zix's GA is almost back up. Kill can now use intervention on anyone and not care because she picked up an hourglass. She's now able to do whatever she wants.
See, one thing that I don't like, Kale did upgrade her trinket, but she upgraded it to the Sight Stone. That's not bad, but it means that they don't...
Yeah, but Kha'Zix, he's gonna be working on that. And Mordekaiser getting caught out. So much damage being down. The Leon ult landing. Kha'Zix goes down to Volibear. Again, Volibear taking kills. He's 4-2 and 5. He's not dying a lot, but he's not being that useful to his team. He seems to be wasting his ult in bad situations. He's not really landing anything. He's getting bursted instantly as a tank. And even on top of that, he's building attack speed now to get more procs off of his ult, but it's not going to be doing much for him. And it looks like Vigilante, they're just going to go for that inhibitor.
I don't think it's a smart idea. They don't have everyone there. Leona's going to explode.
Look at the burst down onto Leona, and Kha'Zix is getting the resets. He jumps away. The intervention goes in, though, not knowing they weren't.
The Caitlyn's going to blow up, too.
And there's the Caitlyn blown up.
Kha'Zix another... No, Kha'Zix did not get a society.
Kha'Zix actually has his GA, and Trinamir doesn't notice. There's the Undying Rage. A double kill for Kale. Z-Bone dealing so much damage.
This looks like game over.
Going in, and it looks like it could be game. Kha'Zix is so low.
Oh, Kale just barely taking out.
Kale, last take of a mouse.
Not quite sure they'll be able to end the game off of this now.
Yeah.
Not without Kale.
It is a 2v1, but Kale is so much damage. With the range, we're not sure.
With the Lichbane proc on turrets, that's just like massive amounts of damage on turrets that they need.
Yeah, she's dealing.
I'm not going to be able to end this.
Damage.
But that just shows that they can still crush team fights even though they have one less player.
Yeah, they did.
That was real. Leona was way too far ahead of her team. She just got immediately nuked down to start that fight and got Kha'Zix the reset.
On top of that, that was with an intervention going on to a Kha'Zix who was jumping out of a fight. That wasn't even with Kha'Zix staying in the fight with intervention.
They could have probably communicated that a little bit better and had Kha'Zix stay in.
Yeah, they could have done a lot better with that.
But still, they just got amazing look at the catch.
Yeah, and look at Volibear getting dropped down. They actually got the tank. Volibear's going to be able to tank everything now.
Leona should not have chosen to defend this. That might cost... It's not going to cost her life, but it does mean she's not going to be able to help once her team spawns. They're probably going to get the... No. They're not going to get the turret, though. And unfortunately, even turrets now do have that health regen. So it will be a little bit better once they try. But again, the next team fight, everyone on their team, everyone on 5 Summoners has got a lot of gold. They're going to be able to do a lot this next team fight with that. And they were already winning the fight. And Kale didn't even pop her. She could have survived, and she popped her hourglass. She forgot that.
Yeah.
She could have survived the last couple of ticks of Malzahar's Malefic Visions.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. You're almost dead. You're
The
hoping
burst
they
on the
don't,
red
and you
buff.
just don't think of it. Kale is she's dealing so much damage. She's full build. All she has left to buy is she can just spam pots. She's already upgraded her trinket. All that she's able to do is spam the
Elixirs.
AP pot, the elixirs. Yeah, all that she's able to buy is just consistent elixirs. She can't do much else for her team.
Yeah, now if they want to hold the game out a little bit longer, this is the point where late game for V5 again, everyone on their team starting to hit full build because of that gold advantage. Once Vigilante Gaming scales up to that point, I don't think it's going to go as well.
I'm actually going to cut you off really quickly. If you think about this right now, it is a...
Ooh, Baron's up.
It's an 8-on-5 right now. Every single member, minus Kill, who has a Zhonya's instead, has an hourglass for 5 summoners. They're looking to come back alive if they die.
And no one on... Oh, that's really strong. Unfortunately, Kha'Zix's GA is down because of that last fight. Still down for a pretty sizable chunk of time.
Looks like wards are going to play a big place in
Oh,
this right
they're
now.
looking to catch someone. Oh,
They
if
have
wrong
vision
person wants
on
to this push. Oh, Malzahar, if he...
there. Everyone
That was a
knowing
lucky
each other.
kill.
Whoa,
The
look at
burst.
the damage! 1E.
He had his ult up. He didn't get time.
He had no time for anything there. Kha'Zix looking to chase so much damage. Pops his ulti, looking to chase
We're
out.
gonna pop our face in the mountain a little bit early on Kale.
Look at that damage!
That was one Kale Q.
They have to ghost on Trinity. That's gonna be
jump on it. This is game.
that has to be game. There's so much damage coming out from that Sham Savior who's
And they still, yeah.
he's on 5 summoners right now, and they're actually gonna make him tank it, dealing all the damage that they can. He's gonna go down.
Popping his ulti. This isn't nearly as bad a time though. This is a good time.
That was a good time, yeah. The GA is still down for
I
the
thought
Kha'Zix.
he couldn't go back to heal, but he did go aggressive. That was good.
There goes down the volley where Kha'Zix taking a tower so
almost
low. He could get killed right now, but intervention is down. Everything is down. His GA is still down.
Probably gonna look for a Baron or Dragon.
It looks like they're gonna go for the Baron first, then maybe transition over to Dragon.
They're gonna do this Baron really tactically. They don't have many people that are high HP.
Yeah, but they're gonna get Kale heals. They're gonna let Kale pick up that blue buff really quickly.
I feel like they need Wrong Dragon.
I feel like they kind of wasted that trinket right there. They could have used that somewhere else because they had the ping board down. But that's fine. It looks like they're gonna be able to pick this up, not contested. No one from Vigilante is going there. They have such a gold.
The thing is with that, even though Kale is maxed like full build, that still gives her even more damage.
Yeah, with the Baron buff, it doesn't give as much as it used to, but it's so much. They're actually
It's still more than you could get once you're full build.
Yeah,
So,
they're up
because
by
of that.
5.1k, 5.2k, excuse me.
See the elixirs again.
Yeah, they're maxing out elixirs.
Still has 3,000 in the bank that she just can't spend.
Yeah, she's just not able to do anything at this point. And the Kha'Zix is almost back up for his GA, picking up that blue buff for... Mordekaiser picking up the blue buff, excuse me.
And they all have their GA. Like, no one died that fight. Renekton, Kha'Zix...
Yeah,
didn't
and
have
it looks like
He just got his back.
Vigilante are actually going to pick up their first dragon of the game, finally getting on to that, but they lost Baron because of it, and they don't actually know about the Baron yet. Finally, they're looking to pick up Kale, but Kale flashes
like Kale
looking
can
to
go
get
a
away.
lot. She's
Now,
not.
look at the damage, though. She could live. She has the invulnerability.
Sonya,
So much damage coming down. She doesn't use her Zhonya's.
she could have survived that. And that's actually a massive amount of their damage. 1 for 1, but it's Kale. Actually, that was 2 for 1. Never mind.
It was a 2 for 1. They lost a lot there. Look.
Oh, Kha'Zix jumping on Caitlyn.
Kha'Zix,
Not as much damage as he wanted to. He didn't land anything other than the Q.
Yeah, he
But
missed.
even 1 Q, that's
void
1/4
spikes.
of damage without any of the missing health percent.
Yeah, that was no missing health percentage. That was no Ravenous Hydra use. That was him missing his void spikes.
Again, ulting to farm mid lane.
Yeah, the volley.
They're all coming up bottom. This could be... Nah,
His ults are so questionable this game. He's been using it to farm minions when his team is
same
getting
with his
eaten
ghost. He's been
fights.
ghosting just like whenever he feels like getting to a buff faster. He definitely... has been a whirling this game.
Oh, look at the damage! Caitlyn has to go down. I don't see her living through
There's the mountain. That's gonna save it.
Yeah, Volibear gonna go down. Renekton, he flashed
there.
actually. And
They still have 18 seconds.
that could be game. They have 15 seconds before Tryndamere and Muffin Man are back up. They're
Not so
taking
sure,
down. They're ahead in towers now. Not in towers maybe, but they have 2 inhibitors. They have one open themselves, but they made it that Vigilante is down.
They might just want to. They like Vigilante Gaming did just get Tryndamere and Malzahar back up. They might want to just rotate towards that top turret.
Yeah, even with
And
that.
Kale is coming back, so if they just do that, Kale will be there for the 5v5.
Kale's coming back.
Because Volibear is not going to be alive anytime soon. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're rotating
Yeah,
towards that.
we
So
have
Kale
to think.
will
Kale has intervention, has Zanya's. Everyone still has their GAs up.
Unfortunately, she has not been able to use the Zonias very much.
Yeah, I
That's
feel like
one
she's.
point of her game.
I feel like she's just forgetting to use it. Honestly, I feel like that's just what's happening. She's forgetting that she has it, and it's blowing her up. Or
That's
she's
the
just not
only
having
point of the
time.
game.
That's been
Like, had she Zonias there during that bot lane fight, they probably would have ended with her damage on the turrets, inhibs, and just like damage in general on
yeah.
objectives.
We actually have Volibear back up in
Unfortunately,
5
the
seconds.
Infer did respawn, so it does look like they're going to rotate towards that, so that they're not fighting under a turret anymore.
Yeah.
They could someone go push that top lane. They do have all the minions there, and everyone on Vigilante Gaming did rotate.
Yeah, we actually have
Not that
Tryndamere,
threat.
Tryndamere being the first person to pick up a GA on Vigilante, and it looks like we might see one coming out of Volibear having that Neutron
Is
cloak.
one person who does need it though. He is one of the biggest players. Also, Tryndamere, don't think I really noticed him pop his port very often. It might just be me not looking at him, but I'm pretty sure he hasn't used it very well.
He's used it a couple of times to secure kills, but he hasn't been using it to blow up Renekton.
Yeah, and that massive percent like health chunk would be nice.
Yeah, exactly, Renekton. He's such a monster for this team right now. I have
He's
to
just
say,
like such a tanky. He's basically a raid boss.
yeah, 5 summoners, they're looking like a strong team. They are looking like an
Even with only 4 summoners, 5 summoners are amazing.
Yeah, and that's when they're down a member. Imagine what they can do if they play like this with 5
Imagine if they had 5 summoners.
Yeah, Malzahar wasting his flash actually, thinking someone was gonna go over. Nothing happening from that though. Malzahar flashes down now. That means there's no
That
flash
was
ulti.
massive. That was just. It was had they tried going over, it would have been nice, but unfortunately, it was a little bit off in judgment. They could send Kale to just go push down bot lane and just get on their Nexus turrets,
Yeah, and I don't think
and
there's gonna be
they wouldn't be able to
anything
send one person to go. They'd have to send at least 2 or 3.
And as soon as they did that, you would see Hudrad going straight in there. Dragon is back up in 2 minutes.
Burst on the Q on Tryndamere. That's 1 Q.
Yeah, there's so much damage coming out. They're gonna pick up another tower. They're tied in
Tryndamere
towers
popping his
now.
ult. He's not going in. Why did he pop his ult?
The Tryndamere ult is down. This could be game right off of that with all the GAs still up. Tryndamere still has his GA, but he has no ultimate now. There's nothing he can do. As soon as he blows up, there's nothing that he is able to possibly do anymore.
He does have his GA up.
Yeah, the GA is a big part of it. That's going to allow him to possibly clean up.
He
But
was chunking the into
Well-
those Lich Bane box. Not
Well-
even.
you have to think though, what would he be cleaning up? He would be cleaning up people to kill their GAs.
Yeah, basically.
Because the kill is just healing for so much that no one is even getting
Well, does
killed.
his ult though this fight if he wants to get one. So at least he has that this time.
Yeah, that could be
Oh,
a
it
big
looks like
thing.
they're gonna back off and just leave the 2 in him down pressure to. Baron is coming up in 1 minute 30. They might just wait for that and then go. This is a 1-hour game.
Yeah, this has been a super long game. Round 2 actually supposed to start 20 minutes ago. We're sorry about that, guys. We're working on it.
That's amazing.
Blue team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
Okay, guys, it's actually looking at 4... Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm actually just reading a message from some admins. It looks like for teams that are playing, you guys actually, you have to report the results, report them on Facebook, just because we're having computer issues with websites and everything like that. So if you guys can just report your results on Facebook, that would be awesome. Just to let us know, keeping the brackets up to date. And this is 59-minute game so far. Not that many kills. 15 to 29. 5 summoners. They've tied up the towers, and they're winning. They're doing a really good job.
They're doing the same thing that they did with that Trinmere the one time. They're just they're hoping that someone will come face check and they can just immediately just explode.
Yeah,
like a KLQ and Kazakh's Q timed really well, so KLQ hits first, so he gets some damage. They're not gonna have any time to react. They're literally just gonna be dead in an instant.
Yeah, they're gonna take that. Look at how fast that Baron goes down there. It's
less than 10 seconds.
Quickly. That was so quick in taking
they
that.
They can push mid and just completely end this.
Yeah, they have all the GAs are up.
And think about how close they were losing when they got that inhib turret down and they were on their Nexus. They don't have Nexus turrets right now.
Yeah, they could be backdoored, but if anyone tries to backdoor them, that Kale Kha'Zix...
They'll still have to take the inhib first too.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to out-damage them unless they send Caitlyn and Tryndamere there. Then they're not going to be able to do it.
And if they do that, then I feel like 5 summoners will just end it quicker than they can.
I feel like they're just going to look, as soon as someone steps too far, they're just going to blow them up and end the game as soon as they can.
I feel like they're going to look for either Caitlyn or Tryndamere. Maybe Malzahar. I don't think they're going to hope for Volibear or Leona, but they'll still go on them because they know they can one-shot them.
Yeah, this was such
I will admit that Malzahar W is doing a lot of poke damage, not right now, but it has been like throughout the game, like especially when they're like over the wall and he gets it on like all 4 for like a couple seconds. That's being a really big influencer.
Yeah, but Z-Bone definitely MVP for this game. His interventions have been perfect. His 2v1 laning, he destroyed that 2v1. He kept up in CS, got ahead in CS a little bit at some points. And everyone on 5 Summoners just playing incredibly well. They all did.
I will admit though, I do feel like Kazakhs should get rid of his Wizard Elder for something a little bit more effective right now at this point in the game.
Yeah, especially because I feel like he's just keeping it though for the damage that it gives for the DPS, because that's helping kill some of them. And we're actually seeing a copycat move here. We have 3 GAs now coming out from Vigilante. They have one on Caitlyn, on Volibear, and on Tryndamere.
The chunking that Kale just does to that inhib is not like they can't defend this. That inhib is going down before they can stop it. Because Kale is just popping her E, hitting it once, and it's doing a quarter of its HP. And there it goes, complete. The Volibear flashing in, that was a little bit ahead.
His GA popped right away. Look at Huge at there, he's not even dying. Everyone's
so much damage coming out from Kale and Kha'Zix.
Volibear going up, Tryndamere pops his ult, his GA is now going down. One more GA being popped. The Leona has nothing, she goes down, and then there goes the Tryndamere. Kha'Zix actually lives, and GA being popped down, and there's another GA.
Jumping on Caitlyn, just one-shotting her. Caitlyn might be able to kill. Oh, he pops his ult so that she
There's the ace, that's game.
Game.
That is game. 5 Summoners win the game in a 4v5. They played such an amazing laning phase. They played absolutely perfect. My MVP goes over to Z-Bone. He did so perfect in this entire matchup. And wow, I hope that 5 Summoners get far in this tournament just because of that game. That was an incredibly well-played game. That was insane to watch. It was super fun to shoutcast, guys. Unfortunately, me and New Age Hawking, we have to go. I don't think he's shoutcasting the next game. I believe I
might.
You might, okay.
I think I'll be able to. But yeah, that game of 5 Summoners showing they don't even need 5 Summoners. They only need 4.
Yeah, they only need 4 Summoners to beat you down. Okay, guys, but it looks like that's it for me. I actually have to go and play my own game now, hoping to carry my team the way that Z-Bone was able to do it. That was just completely insane. Guys, I hope you have an awesome time watching the rest of the games. I think my game is actually being casted next, so you'll be able to see me and my team playing. We have awesome strategies coming out for you guys, but I hope that you guys are able to enjoy it, and I hope to be able to see you guys in later rounds. I honestly, congratulations to 5 Summoners. You guys played incredible. Vigilante, you guys had a couple of misplays here and there. You could have done a couple things better. Saving the Volibear ult was probably a better idea. But good job again, guys. And I hope everyone has an awesome day watching the tournaments that are being streamed today. And good luck to all the teams.